General Hospital spoilers reveal that Rick Lansing is lucky to be alive after a brutal confrontation that could have ended very differently. For years, Rick has thrived on manipulation, schemes, and dangerous alliances. But this latest battle may be one of his most perilous yet, leaving him bound, gagged, and hidden away while those around him scramble to decide his fate. It all began when Rick went after Christina Corinthos Davis with harsh accusations and brutal honesty. During their heated clash, Rick reminded Christina that she nearly killed him and Elizabeth Weber by tampering with his car brakes. He insisted that Christina belonged in prison for her actions, showing no sympathy and no hesitation to twist the knife of guilt. Rick's words cut deeply, and Christina's temper exploded. In the heat of the moment, she grabbed a letter opener, ready to stab him. But just before she could act, Ava Jerome entered the room. At first, it looked like Ava's presence might calm the situation, but the dynamics shifted quickly. Rick revealed his betrayal. He had drained all of Ava's bank accounts, cleaning out the money they had hidden away from their blackmail schemes. This wasn't just a betrayal of trust. It was a direct attack on Ava's power, and Ava Jerome is not a woman who tolerates betrayal lightly. Viewers know that Ava and Rick had been working together, blackmailing Alexis Davis over Christina's role in the car brake sabotage. At the time, Christina believed she was targeting Ava, but it was Rick's vehicle she tampered with. That secret gave Rick and Ava leverage over Alexis, who reluctantly played along to protect her daughter. But their fragile alliance shattered the moment Rick's attention turned toward Elizabeth Weber. Rick's growing interest in Elizabeth sparked Ava's jealousy, and jealousy has always been Ava's most dangerous motivator. Before Ava could devise a long-term plan, Rick beat her to the punch by emptying their joint blackmail accounts. Enraged and betrayed, Ava lashed out. In a fit of fury, she struck Rick on the back of the head with one of Alexis' paperweights. The blow didn't kill Rick, but it left him unconscious and vulnerable. Now Ava and Christina found themselves in an impossible position. They had both acted out of anger and desperation, but Rick wasn't dead. If he lived, he could destroy them both. If he died, they'd face murder charges. Their only option was to band together, despite their mutual distrust, to cover up what happened. When Alexis arrived, she was horrified but knew she had little choice. Her daughter was already implicated, and Ava wasn't about to let herself go down alone. Reluctantly, Alexis agreed to play along with their dangerous cover-up. Christina moved Rick's car to a shed on Alexis' property, making it appear as though Rick had simply vanished without a trace. Meanwhile, Rick regained consciousness only to discover he had been bound and gagged in what appeared to be Alexis' basement. Panicked, he squirmed and fought against the restraints, trying to make enough noise to draw attention. But Alexis, Ava, and Christina are determined to keep him hidden, at least for now. Rick may have survived Ava's attack, but his nightmare is only beginning. While Rick struggles in captivity, Elizabeth Weber begins to notice that something isn't right. She and Rick have a complicated history filled with pain, betrayal, and fleeting moments of connection. Elizabeth has made it clear that she has no interest in rekindling romance with Rick, but she has also grown accustomed to his presence. In her heart, she knows Rick wouldn't simply disappear without a word. Presumably, Alexis and the others will try to cover their tracks by telling Elizabeth that Rick left town suddenly. But Elizabeth won't buy it. She has known Rick too long, understand him too well, and her instincts will tell her that something darker is at play. Spoilers suggest that she'll start to grow suspicious of Ava, Christina, and even Alexis sooner rather than later. This raises a pressing question. Will Elizabeth be the one to finally uncover the truth and rescue her ex? If she digs too deeply, she could find herself in danger, facing Ava's wrath or exposing Christina's darkest secret. At the same time, if she does find Rick, what then? Should she save him, knowing that Rick's schemes and betrayals have caused so much damage in the past? Or will Elizabeth decide that Rick brought this fate upon himself and walk away? The dynamics of this storyline are particularly compelling because of the layers of betrayal involved. Ava thought she and Rick were equals, partners in crime. Instead, Rick drained her accounts and left her with nothing. Christina believed her secret was buried, but Rick held it over her, threatening to ruin her life. Alexis, always the protector of her children, is now caught in a mess that could destroy her career and her freedom if the truth comes out. And Elizabeth, though uninvolved in the initial clash, could become the key to unraveling it all. Rick Lansing's reputation has always been that of a schemer, a man who plays dangerous games with people's lives. But this time, he may have gone too far. His manipulations pushed Christina to violence, his betrayal provoked Ava's fury, and his greed exposed Alexis to risks she never wanted to take. Now, tied up and helpless, Rick is forced to face the consequences of his actions in a way he never expected. The longer Rick remains missing, the more questions will arise. Elizabeth's suspicions will only grow stronger. Sooner or later, someone outside of this tangled circle will begin asking questions as well. How long can Ava, Christina, and Alexis keep the truth hidden before the entire scheme implodes? The bigger picture here is that Rick's disappearance sets up a domino effect in Port Charles. If Elizabeth finds him, it could blow open Ava and Christina's secret, leaving both women vulnerable to prosecution. Alexis could lose her law career and her freedom. And Rick, once again, could walk away as the man who survived everything thrown his way, though perhaps more hated than ever. General Hospital thrives on secrets, lies, and betrayals, and this storyline has all three in abundance. Rick's brutal honesty, Ava's violent temper, Christina's desperation, and Alexis' reluctant involvement have created a dangerous mix that could explode at any moment. And with Elizabeth circling closer to the truth, it may only be a matter of time before the carefully constructed cover-up collapses. Will Elizabeth rescue Rick before it's too late? Or will she uncover the truth only to realize that Rick isn't worth saving? As the drama unfolds, one thing is certain: Port Charles is about to get even more complicated.